Live? We are live now. Okay, so welcome to ANZ's Combined Racing League's final session of the Le Mans 24 Hours. In the commentary booth, we've got Matty Seeking. Welcome, Matty.
Hello, thank you.
And we're going to strap ourselves in for this last hour session with ×2 time progression, looking at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in game time. And these guys are just finishing off their organised qualifying grid positions, which I'll just quickly run through. We will have Sado 15 in the leading number 8 Team Sport Yoas team starting, and then Aussie Carter's in the number 7 A&M Racing Audi will be second with an 18-second wait time on the grid before he can start the race. And third will be Lockie 55s in the number 6 Premier Motorsport Toyota TS050 Hybrid. He has to wait for 1 minute 32 seconds. And rounding out the last of the LMPHs will be Night Pegasus 120 in the number 1 Porsche team. And he'll be waiting for just over 2 minutes at 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Now in the GTE class, we have Weary Knight driving the number 69 Chip Ganassi for GTLM. He'll be going at the green light. And then Metal Drive, Dado Racer, is jumped in the number 48 Besman Racing Aston Martin Vantage. He will be 34 seconds on the grid in second there. With Slide Science in the number 91 Team Apex Eaters Porsche with a wait time of 59 seconds on the grid in third. Unfortunately, after a sensational drive by Captain Cranky in the number 92 Porsche Racing team, they were unable to make the grid this session, so they have retired on 76 laps. So that gives CMDR Cirrus in the back in the 626 Capital Chevrolet, who had a problem early on session 3. They've had an engine change and a wiring loom renewal, and they're going to wait for 10 minutes behind the pits there, and with Default Trap, who we've seen spinning around on his roof just a minute ago, and the 73 Busy Team BMW again waiting for 10 minutes on the just off the grid there. So we're about to start. It's going to be an interesting run to the flag. There's a lot of battles. Matty, it looks like we're going to have a battle for the LMPHs for first and second, and then third and fourth. So the battles for the minors, that's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Definitely.
And then obviously the three-way battle of the GTEs with a Ford, Aston Martin and the Porsche.
It's going to be very, very close between the two. Very close to
we know
all very quick steerers, so they probably punching out
and
quality lap times.
And if we can get that Porsche up a little bit faster in the pace and be able to limit not having to have a pit stop, or you never know what might happen in that last 2 or 3 minutes of the race, with the other guys having to do a splash and dash, probably about two laps short, shy of the finish of this race. So we'll let.
So our Porsche is looking probably about 2 litres. Kind of, they save fuel, so that 2 litres might push it towards the end.
Yeah, definitely. And anyway, we'll continue on now and get these guys on. Sorry, I was just reading on the chat. We've got a few guys there, and Dark Racing, who's has done his double stint there for the Audi. He was saying, if only he knew, he could have maybe jumped into that Porsche and seen what he could have done. But anyway, that's what we do at ANZ Combined Racing League. A lot of the drivers like to help out, but late notices of people not being able to make it doesn't help. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. So we'll continue on and get these guys ready for this hour session so we can be finished up by just near 3:30 p.m. We started this whole 24 hours around 3:30 yesterday, so it has been pretty much a simulated 24 hours, Matty, in real life. Yeah. But we've done what we can on the console, sim racing here on Project Cars, over a 6 hours racing time all up, and they've basically been simulating the full 24 hours in-game time. So the guys have thoroughly enjoyed it from what we've heard, and there's been some ups and downs, but we've still got these 2 fast Audis battling out for outright honours here.
Yeah, so even after all 6 hours, close to 6 hours of sim racing, we've still got battles for the major places. This is shaping up to be quite tasty.
Yeah, very tasty. Our time compression formula does create that tastiness in between the restarts of each session. So yeah, it's good to see, and we encourage anyone that wants to race to come and join us here at ANZ Combined Racing League. You can find us on our website at aus-anzcrl.weebly.com, or find us on Facebook, ANZCRL. But enough of that. We've only got moments to spare until we see the green flag for the last part of this session. And there's some nerves behind these wheels, Matty.
Definitely, their hearts will be beating. Just looking at their fuel loads at the moment, and seem to be going quite full here with these guys.
So we've got both the LMPH cars and the leading GTE go together at the green flag. So they're out and on track. And then we'll be looking at 18 seconds, which will be fairly soon. Should be Aussie Carter's chasing down this man Sato in the number 8 Audi Sport Team Joes.
Here he goes. So to catch up to the back of Weary Knight quite quickly as well. Got to move past that GTE very quickly. Lose seconds if you're stuck behind.
Yeah, we'll be keeping a keen eye on Aussie's progress, and here comes Dado to chase down the leading Ford GTL LM ahead of him, about 30 seconds up the road. The next car will actually be the Porsche in the GTE's leading, which will be Slide Science in the number 91 Team Apex Eaters. So he's off, and then it'll be looks like it'll be the Lockie of the Toyota.
So Aussie's coming up to the back of Weary by the looks of it. Here he goes. So we might get him on the straight. Coming into at least the second lot of chicanes.
And already made up a little time on Darky. He's already made up 2 seconds roughly, if those timings are correct.
There he goes, so he's cleanly through there, so it's probably no time lost there. In fact, he's probably gained a little bit on the slipstream.
Yeah, I said Darky, I've been used to saying Darky the last while, but obviously Sato 15 has jumped in now in the leading Audi R18, and race is on.
So Night Pegasus is just off the line.
Yeah, so he's chasing down Lockie. This is a battle for third position. So currently fourth, Night Pegasus in the number 1 Porsche racing team. And his pace has been increasing every session as he's been learning the car throughout the event. The main thing that he's had difficulty is...
more and more. Looks really strong now,
Yeah, the main thing he's been really learning is just the best time to use the curves, you know, and harvesting that power. And you're only allotted so many times that you can use that curves as well. So using the best areas and gaining the best times, and not forgetting to there's those 2 cars side by side waiting for 10 minutes to come up before they can start their race. They were actually both those guys had problems disconnecting very early in
Have we lost someone?
Yeah, we have lost someone.
I think we've lost Weary Knight. We have.
Oh, Weary Knight, the leader of again, there was another one. So a leader of the GTE class, just like the third session. That's unbelievable. You wouldn't even pick it.
Oh, wow.
So that is now brought in Dado Racer in the number 48 Besman racing Aston Martin into first position, the Slide Science in second in the Porsche, and the battle for the minors would now going to be between CMDR Cirrus and Default Trap. You could imagine that nothing going wrong with CDR Cirrus being the fastest man and the outright favourite early on in the event, should take that third spot.
Yeah, so
now heartfelt feelings go out to Weary Knight for that to happen after, as we said, over 5 hours of racing so far, and to have that happen in the final session working so hard. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
This is the first of the LMP cars getting stuck behind a GTE through Porsche curves. I think Slide moves out of the way just before entry there, so that's good awareness there from Slide.
So what's Aussie Carter's now? He's 18 seconds, so he's dropped a little bit of time to Sato. It's about the same time as when he took off. Or just overcommitted himself into the chicane there.
So these guys are going to be pushing very hard.
Overcast skies for this final session. We thought there was going to be a bit of threat of rain there at the end of session 3. So as we saw these dark overcast clouds come in and settle in. But it looks like that there's sort of any sort of hint of rain has actually been removed.
Got
Lockie's in early.
Pit lane.
With a front left damage there. So he had, I reckon that he's actually clouded the wall when probably Weary Knight was disconnected. He might have had a freeze or something like that. That can sometimes happen.
Especially with project cars, the car just sits there after it disconnects.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate because he's now, we've got Knight Pegasus coming through to take that 3rd position. So the battle is well and truly on between these guys.
The cars waiting have done a good job to kind of free up that entry to pit lane, exit out of pit lane as well. So it's good awareness from those guys as well.
Yeah, definitely done a good job there.
On the limits are hard there, Night Pegasus. Has been all weekend, to be honest. Very high on that limiter.
Yeah, we noted that. I remember in our first stream together there, Matty, we were mentioning about how high he's running on that limiter. It looks like Lockie's now freed himself out of the pits. So he's got the pace to chase down Pegasus.
Question is the Toyota filmed to the end?
Oh, looks, he's definitely got some glitches going on there. He had some problems, obviously, in the 3rd session. The same thing happened after Jetto disconnected. All of a sudden, he had issues with his wheel.
So you're 61 litres there. There's a possibility we might make it to the end in that. Be pushing it.
Yeah, he will be pushing it, but he'd have to do some fuel conserving to do that, but that's probably not going to be in his best interest, I think. No, Pegasus is going to have to pit. His race is against Pegasus, so try and catch up to him, see what happens.
Dado there,
he's the leader of the GTE.
Lights and blaze as well. 32nd lead over Slide Signs. Porsche.
Yeah, that's roughly the time that he was behind was the deficit there from Slide Signs and Dado was just over was just under 30 seconds actually. So he's probably held the time pretty close. So he's not losing anything from Dado at the moment, and we know that Slide can do this whole race without pitting if he's careful with his fuel consumption, and Dado will have to definitely pit for a splash and dash. So this could see the Porsche actually taking victory of the 2020 Le Mans 24 hours.
It's heating up nicely as well. Been a very up and down weekend for that Porsche as well. It's had a few spins. Yet they still managed to find themselves in 2nd here. So we've got Mike Pegasus closing in as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll look after his fellow Porsche team member there. And but one thing to note with this, it's something to take interest in this whole remaining of 50 minutes of this session is if Slide Signs can actually take victory here in the GTE class, and Sato holds on to the victory in the LMPH. We've got a dual class winner because Sato actually piloted that Porsche in session 2. He was written down as a team, so he was aiming to actually take victory in both classes. So there's a possibility that this may happen for Sato, and that would be a great gift for Sato for this Sunday evening. I'm sure he'll celebrate hard into the early hours if that was the case. You'll have to celebrate with your team Audi. and also the Porsche team.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we got the other guys that are about to head off. 10 minutes is coming up.
They'll be itching to get going. They would have been seeing the car zoom by here on the exit.
No, maybe not. It says 10 minutes on my timing board.
Yeah, I've got about 20 seconds remaining on my screen, so maybe we're a little bit out. But yeah, it's getting close. So Sato's still doing that. He's doing 3:21s at the moment, lap 3. A little bit faster than Aussie Carter's. So just feeling himself back into the car. We've seen this car break the lap record at 3:15.449 with Sato behind the wheel in session 1.
Might be coming up to some traffic there. We've got about 20 there. The LP's GTE's gone. They've waited. Might have got them at the right time. Cool, then just runs a bit wide to lead past there. The battle for third's pretty much on. Got Lockie's back in pits.
Lockie back in the pits. He's crabbing all the way over the place. So I think that this could almost be a punishment session for him. He'll do well to continue here, unless he's going to retire. If the car's not good, not getting any enjoyment out of that. Had a good run, first half of session 3, until he started having a few issues with the car, with his steering wheel. So maybe this has come back to haunt him.
Drives back out there. Back on the Sato, so they're now lapping very similar paces now, both in the 318s. Dark Racing
what have we got?
commented
20 seconds.
It'll be a Volkswagen Group party if they all get on there, which is true. Okay, let's sit around 20 seconds at the moment, just hovering around that mark there.
Yeah, well, it'll be definitely interesting once they start grouping up with a couple more of these GTEs. So currently Dado is third in a GTE. So this outright could see a big upset where a GTE actually makes the podium.
Yeah, that's just the way it turns in these endurance races. You start getting cars and having slight mistakes and having to pit and all that stuff, and you find yourself in a slower car in a higher position.
Yeah, and but you say Night Pegasus, as long as he runs smoothly, he should be able to round up Dado.
He's coming out of Porsche as well. There's Dado right there, so. There's the Aston in front there, so...
Don't forget, this is only live timings on this session 3 as well. The GT cars are a number of laps down, so it wouldn't actually happen because the LMP H's have already done plenty of laps compared to the GTEs.
Hard on the brakes there. Just the power out of the corner there, you just see the Porsche just disappear into the sunset.
Yeah, that's right. He wants to get out of the way because those Aston Martin headlights, I tell you what, they can put you off.
Yeah, definitely. And especially in the Aston Martin, it's pulling 300 down the straight. We've seen some of good speed from that Aston.
Yeah, we feel one. I just got Triple Crown Racing, which is Gear 3 Gaming. He's saying that our luck just ran out. I feel for you, buddy. That Porsche, I mean that Ford, the Chip Ganassi Team 69 was absolutely flying, and it's unfortunate that we both had them drop out, and also CMDR Cirrus, who's running at the moment, but he dropped out early in the third session, and it was really going to heat up that battle between both CMDR Cirrus and Weary Knight.
Yeah.
In this final session, we'll rubbing our hands together at the start of session 3, just knowing what we were going to see in this final session, but wasn't to eventuate. But we have still got plenty to go for, and I think a lot of viewers will be cheering on actually, well, both Dado, because Dado's a little group favourite, and also slide science to see our first dual class victor in Sato 15. He's currently doing a good job out front.
There's a 14-second gap between, so it's the big fight for third with Cirrus and Default Trap here in the BMW.
Yeah, well, all Default has to do is keep circulating and hopefully stay on this black stuff. He's still trying to get to grips with this BMW, but if he doesn't push too hard and just keeps going around, you never know. You know, there could be another disconnect, but he's a number of laps down too at the moment, Default. So yeah, can't see him improving too much, but at least he's enjoying himself. Yeah, that's going to be nasty for some of the... Wonder the next car that's going to come through. Hopefully it's not going to be an LMPH, because that can do some damage. Those bollards on the ground.
Sato's just number 3, 17-1 as well. That's a couple seconds there on Aussie Carters. So they're just trading lap times at the moment. Still sitting about 20 seconds in between.
So yeah, the guys are just laughing that looking at seeing DR Cirrus and Default Trap's last lap. Probably a lap record, 14 minutes and 17 seconds. Because I had to wait for that 10 minutes, so that was one of those things. You don't see that often.
No, you definitely don't.
But well, they'll be glad that they're into the race. That's the main thing, both those guys.
Especially the disconnect that Jedi's had. The Corvette still managed to find itself in the podium positions to see the laps if they can add up to slightly sneaking on third there.
Yeah, it's a great effort from them.
Jump on with Aussie. So it's just hovering around that 20-second mark there. Good strategy can come into play here and you can take a few seconds out.
Yeah, it's looking nice. I was just really looking at that. It's going through those curves. It looks very stable, Aussies. But stable, sometimes not fast. As you can see, Sato's still increasing that gap ever so slightly.
Just bouncing up and down. That gap is between 22 and 21. Another 3:19 there.
So Lockie's going to have a good battle coming down through. He's going to have to pass Slide Science and both Dado Racer. He's got a little bit of time before he gets to Slide Science. He's got 40 seconds roughly. And he should be able to eat that up within a lap or two.
So he should be fairly close coming around the Dunlop chicane. Good opportunity just to get past under braking there. Looks like Default's had an incident because the front bumper bar's gone.
Yeah, that's missing somewhere. Off into the crowd, or the marshals have taken that. But it's good experience for him. Hopefully he can get around. It doesn't look like he's having a very good time. That's
looks
probably
like
the worst
that's
place to be parked.
That's
at the moment.
engine-induced kind of hard left-right there. Especially if your steering's out. Oh, cockpit. You can see how fast steering's across there too. It's got a nice little toe to the left. Going to be hard to control through Porsche curves.
New design on the windscreen.
Give O'Brien's a call there. That's a free windscreen replace.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, have the window insurance.
Few windscreens gone over the 6 hours as well.
Yeah, I believe so. There's been a few little hairy moments.
Be a good business to open panel beating in Le Mans. Definitely make a profit.
Yeah, especially this time of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Lockie 5.5s. He's still chasing down.
Looks like he's lost a couple seconds back to slide, so it looks like he's had a half spin. Back up to 23.
Yeah, he'll, as I said, it'll be a couple of laps to get him, but Dado's doing a good job out in front. Doing a 3.57 in the Aston Martin.
Sirius is back on the pace as well, the 3.57.5. There's one of the Audis.
Takes him nice and easy. Pretty appreciative of that. Got him at the right time.
Yeah, the sportsmanship's been on show really well here. It's been very good to see. I do like good sportsmanship. Thank yous.
I start pressing buttons and I end up hitting a pit limiter button though, Matty. So it's one of those things. I like to give a thank you gesture sometimes, but yeah, it's just the way it is sometimes. I did it a couple of times actually in my own session and found myself on the pit limiter.
Ooh. That wouldn't have been nice to the engine.
No, but anyway, release that and get going again. But yeah, did pick up a bit of engine damage actually in my session.
I think we saw an attempt at a thank you and someone slipped on the windscreen wipers as well. I did notice that one as well, so that happens.
It does happen.
So many buttons on a steering wheel. The game always seems to accommodate having a bit more than it should. This for this.
Yeah.
That a little bit
so
oversteery out of the Dunlop chicanes.
Yeah, he's doing a neat job.
Still got those 8 cars.
Yeah, still got 8 cars running, and Default Trapper's been in the pits and he's out again. And I know CBR Cirrus, his main thing that he wants to do in this session is actually try and get the lap record in the GTE class. So the interesting to see at the moment. Yeah, Weary Knight actually grabbed that best time, the lap record on session 3 with a 3:54.976. So we'll see what Cirrus can do.
You got Lucky Cat caught up to slide signs here. Lost a few more bollards through there now. There's only 2 standing.
Yeah. Once one goes, they all seem to start to just fall over. It's probably one of the best places to be able to catch a GT and pass it, really.
Definitely. Coming into the corner, that's probably easily the second worst place to catch them.
Oh, and the scariest too, because when you do that dive, it's definitely heart beating at the time.
I've just noticed this gap. They're starting to put pressure on it. Oh,
Sado, what's happening with Sado?
Check
was that just the game showing, or was it actually him? He hasn't got an issue, I don't think.
That's no toe on the steering wheel.
Maybe it was him just looking down at his pit strategy, because sometimes these things happen and you start looking down, doing your buttons, and you're looking down your screen and you just start to drift off the track. Most of the time we do it down the straight, so that could have been the reason why.
Back up to about 26 seconds now, so he's about 5 seconds there. 3:17.8. Aussie Cars has also upped his pace. He's back to 3:18s there, so 5/10 between them at the moment.
Going to be interesting to see if anyone puts tyres on. We did see Darky put tyres on in the first pit stop in session 3, and he was able to maintain those 3:17, 3:18 lap times, whereas Gecko sort of pushed out a little bit by double stinting his tyres. So these won't be too bad because you've only got an hour. It's going to be halfway through the second stint.
Sato. That's a quick lap, even with 2 wheels on the grass.
That is a quick lap. Yeah, 900 seconds slower than his lap record of 3:15.449.
Cirrus has done a 3:56.1 as well. The timings. Corvette's just slowly eating lap times.
Yeah, he's just going to be doing those hot laps. See what happens.
We've got default as well off the track again too, so he's done a 504, so it looks like he's done another spin somewhere.
Yeah, I think he'll be constantly being high frequent fire into the pit lane by the looks of this. So yeah, he'll definitely get some points coming into pit lane.
It's very hard to just jump straight into one of these cars as well.
Yeah, well, credit to him to give it a go. As long as just hoping that he will know that he's not quite at the standard of majority of these guys, and he's just stays well and truly clear of the cars coming through. Doesn't want to ruin anyone's race, especially the leading LMPHs at the moment. It could be a big teller point of the race as well when wherever Sato and Aussie Cutters catch up to him.
So Lockie's put some good pace, and that gap to Dato's cut in half, so starting to get into a rhythm in the Toyota.
Yeah, and then we'll sort of see what sort of time he's behind Night Pegasus, but I say he'd be fairly behind quite a bit.
Being probably about 2 minutes behind Night Pegasus. About 10 seconds
Yeah,
there.
okay.
That's what it's looking like. Dato and the lights and blades in the Aston Martin.
And it's definitely a victory that Dado has really wanted in this GTE class, the Le Mans. He's really been... I've had some words with him throughout the year, and it's something that he's really wanted to take home, is a victory here at Le Mans. So he'll be happy in this position that he is currently, and without too much of a challenger through slide signs at the moment, he should be feeling fairly comfortable with, 33 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and it's all credit to Mendelstein as well. Steering the car
he did
2 sessions as well. Awesome job there.
Yeah, definitely he did. He did actually a very good session. Kept it fairly clean in the 3rd session.
So from the start of the front straight to the end of the Mulsanne straight, you can locks closed about 10 seconds there. So in a minute, it's probably about a 10-second game for the LMPH cars. It just shows you the speed comparison between the two as he flies on past.
Yeah. They're awesome machines, these LMPH cars. A lot of fun to drive. I have to engage the curves as well. Sometimes you forget that in a long session. I know that I spent a couple of laps there forgetting to press them a few times, so it's...
There's a minute 30 between Night Pegasus and Lockie. Evened out there, so...
Yeah, okay, there you go. Well, it's not an impossible task.
No.
We've seen Night Pegasus sometimes have a few issues, but my bet that Night Pegasus is probably fairly confident in that car now, because he's spent already 5 hours in behind the wheel, and looking at 5.5 hours now behind the wheel of that Porsche, and I'm sure that he can hold that gap for the next half hour.
So Sato has just done a 3:15.3.
That is the lap record.
And Cirrus has also done a 3:55.3 as well. So they're on. Yeah,
that's a very fast time by Cirrus. He's still got to find a little bit more time. He did a 3:54.976. I know Jeddo was talking. He reckons that this car is a 53 and a 3:53. So that's a big call. And let's see if Cirrus, not in ideal conditions right at the moment, but you never know.
Sato coming up to Night Pegasus as well. That's a very, very quick lap time there. That's on.
That is on. That's just stamping their authority of this race. Dead set.
Just how they cut points in as well, it's just quick. It hooked.
Yeah, it is. He'll probably have a slow down penalty here, so he's going to hold exits fairly wide. probably just going to hold here behind Pegasus. Maybe if we can bring up the fuel load too and see what we're looking on Saturday's car at the moment. It's looking at 12. Well, I was saying about 4 litres a lap. So he's probably going to have another 2 laps before he has to
There's a bit of debris on the side there. It's like
I bet that it's got a BMW badge on it.
Someone shed their wings. Yeah, it is default trap, yeah.
Now we can really have a look at their engine management, and look at that.
Oh,
He's having a nasty race.
That's an effective team change for the front wing. Rival all Formula 1 teams.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's come back to a 319 there after the... Ooh!
I don't know if that's glitching for us on the screen with Sato off the grass. So he's not the man that would be doing that. So yeah, with a bit of hopefully the lobby's not too unstable for these guys. But we've got a message from Colonel Lloyd saying that he did a 53.4 last year when practicing in the Aston Martin. So definitely the ability's there. The time, I find that that's a very super lap around in these GT cars.
Yeah. We've got Dado there with the 356 as well, so even Dado's on the pace as well. You might have
Dado's in that moment.
A minute lead though, but he's still just got the pace up. Just so stable through Indianapolis. Yeah.
After making a few mistakes in session 2, he's making amends for them, and he wants to give the team the victory that they just deserve.
Yes, we're under 30 minutes left of the session. We're looking about 2:30 in-game time now.
Yeah, so it's times 2, so it'll be actually 2 p.m. because it's to run at 3, finish at 3 in game. So yeah, so it'll be times 2 time progression, so half an hour will be an hour. So just after 2 p.m. in the afternoon, get to the stage where all the corporates are getting their last drinks and hanging out on the balcony and enjoying the hospitality that the French like to put on for this event.
Oh, they'll go full out for this event as well. It's the French and they know how to party.
Oh yeah.
Just keep it an eye. So they're 30-second lead between the two at the moment, so it's kind of evened out now. So Sato must do a hot lap and just cool down those tyres for another hot lap.
Yeah, just doing what he can do, and he's just probably both of these guys will be in, if not this lap, the next lap.
Yeah.
So Aussie, we did see that the A&M racing team in the number 7 Audi, they were actually pitting a little bit earlier, so they weren't running their tanks down really low in the previous session, so I don't know if that's going to follow. If that was going to be the case, we'll actually see Aussie Carter's in this lap.
Follow and see if he pops in. He has an extra litre on Sato buttons as well though.
Yeah, just catching up to Cirrus at the moment. Should be able to clear him nice and easy.
So we see a possible undercut. Yes, we do.
He comes in.
We're going to get tyres, or interesting to know.
Well, that's the question. I think at the moment they might have to run the risk and not run tyres and just get the fuel in and go. So we'll just trying to get the stop block up. Right underneath our cameras. There you go. Seeing the men at work.
Waiting for the fuel guy.
So So he's gone. We'll know if he's getting any tyre. Nah, he wouldn't have got tyres there. 14 seconds. So I reckon that was fuel only. So he's put that out there to see what happens if Sado puts... Sado's actually got the times to probably put the tyres on.
Yeah.
And benefit from the fresh tyres. So, yeah,
41 litres left them to use. So they're probably fuel to the end, or will be.
Yeah, they'll be finished. To the end there with the fuel.
Hop on board with Sado once he gets back in the pit lane. Slide sides is
see him
under the 4 minutes as well. That's a good lap time from the Porsche.
Yeah, just trying to pressure Dado. I know that you got 52-second lead. Dado has, but
this looks like it's heating up because you got 43 litres left in the Porsche. I don't think it needs to stop.
No, it shouldn't have to stop, but he'll really need to put a bit of pace in to try and, as I said, just to challenge Dado. If Dado starts seeing that time get down to 40 seconds or so, it might make him push that little bit harder and force himself into an error, even though the physical car's not litres. There.
So a quick splash and dash. Yeah. Quick splash and dash.
He's definitely going to have to...
about
he'll definitely
20
pit,
seconds.
But it's going to be interesting. Interesting for Slide if he's going to have to pit.
Yeah.
So he might just jump on Sado because I'm sure he'll be coming into the pits very shortly.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming out of the Porsche curves, and we can time his stop.
It's also going to get out of the way of the traffic coming up as well, so this is very good timed.
And switch back around right in front of Dado. It's always a hairy little thing when the GTE cars have the LMPHs dart in through there and to come in for a pit.
Dado's in control of that situation as well. It's like a default back in pit lane as well, so it looks like we might have another BMW bonnet up for grabs for the crowd.
2.8 litres left in that tank, so he's run that right down to the bottom. We'll just see how long he stops for to see if he will be taking any tyres. He had the time to be able to get the tyres on, even if it's just the fronts. He's definitely getting some tyres. He's there longer than what Aussie Carter's were. Yeah, 23 seconds on the clock.
Good to know that they pop out in relative to each other as well. So Aussie's going currently through Porsche curves at the moment.
Yeah, so he'll see that he's caught him a little bit once the times settle, and but he won't have the tyres like Sado. So he's got something underneath him, Sado, at the moment, to be able to challenge, to defend any challenge from Aussie.
So we give about half a lap to the tyres to get up to pressure again, but looks like it may possibly be about a 5-second gain for A&M Racing.
Yeah, they've definitely gained a little bit. As you said, it was around 30-second mark. And that's all the difference was in the stop time, so their in and out lap was fairly equal by the looks of that.
Locks dropped that gap down to about 1:20 now, so there's time coming out between the two.
Yeah, and currently Night Pegasus is still on that same lead lap, so that's probably his focus, but he's yet to stop, so yeah, he'll be probably in the clutches actually once he comes out of the pits, falling a lap down.
Also noticed that gap's back down to about 55 seconds as well, so Slide is starting to increase his pace. Solidly in the 59s at the moment.
So yeah, well, I think Jetto and Cirrus can't believe their luck at the moment.
No.
Third. After all the issues in the third session, and again just getting that award for with someone else's bad luck there, misfortune with the Weary Night and Gear 3 Gaming, the Chip Ganassi Ford.
Me Lady and Default Trap as well. Would be shocked when they look at the results and see that they're currently sitting in 4th as well, possibly.
Yeah, although they will be a number of laps down because they only had 19 laps before the start of this. So yeah, their total of their laps added onto that will keep them down quite a bit because there's no time compression added on.
Yeah, that's true.
From the end result.
How many laps did Jeddah get done from session 3 after the disconnect? Because there could be that possibility where they might not make enough laps to beat Weary.
Yeah, that's the issue that we got. So they're on 51 laps, so I don't think they're actually going to make it to 76 laps. So that's a deficit of 25 laps, and they're not going to get 25 laps done in this session because the LMPHs are only on 12 laps. They run from about 18 laps in the hour. So yeah, unfortunately we're just talking live times there, but when we add on to the laps that they will actually complete, they will be short.
So yeah, our lap size of the cars is a bit sore, but that gap's back out to 27 seconds there, so the tyres pressures will all be normalised now. Heat should be in there.
Yeah, it's time to burn. I think you'll see a few little laps here and there where Sato will just unleash the power of this Audi. And he's already put a faster time down, so maybe he might be aiming for a 3:14.
Yeah, so we just got a message from Doc Becker as well. Apparently Aussie's had a moment. He's got a bit of damage on there as well.
Oh, that's not good anyway.
We're missing a headlight.
Okay. So it's might be where they all just wave the white flag here and just bring it on home.
And Triple Crown Racing says, does that mean that Weary Knight and himself can still get a podium? Yes.
Definitely it will. I totally everything's going on. Sorry guys, so we'll get those end results up. But I'll look at it now while you just look after the coverage there, Matty.
Yeah, can do. Can do. So we're right through the order. Well, so we got Sato currently 29 seconds in front of Aussie Carter's there. So Aussie has had a moment there. So currently one headlight on the Audi there. Currently sitting in third in this session at the moment, it's 9 Pegasus as well in the Porsche, coming under the Rolex sign there. From the effort he's done this race, he definitely deserves himself the Rolex, to be honest. He's done a bloody good job to do all sessions.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good call, that one. Hey, yeah, so just getting back to Gear 3 Gaming and Weary Night, that is actually the Just Awards for pushing hard and getting that extra lap in the third session, and also getting, I don't know how many laps he got before he got disconnected, Weary Night, but he's got enough to be actually running third in the race. So yes, you're correct.
That's tight.
Oh, that's close.
Default was weaving there, just trying to get out of the way. Both of them got through cleanly though.
Yeah, so with these disconnects, even though that we had this time compression and things like that, we based the end results on the laps that's been completed. And yeah, so definitely Weary Night and Gear 3 Gaming definitely can't lose third. They're actually third position because we got Captain Cranky and Speedy DeBandit on 76 laps, that currently in fourth position, and CMDR Cirrus is doing laps from 51, and whatever he gets done here will be his lap. So yeah, it looks like that those guys there in the Ford GTL LM have knocked up third position in class, even though they're not racing at the moment. And Default Trap in the 73 busy team BMW M6 GTLM, they're going to find themselves in 10th position overall, and sixth in class.
That's not a bad
It's
answer.
good to see them.
They've
No,
done
it's
well.
not.
They've done well out of preparation they've had in the BMW as well. So it is very hard to jump into a car after not having a lot of practice in it as well.
Yeah, and I'm very happy that they actually did come to this final session. They couldn't make the session 3 at all, though things were going on, but it's good to see them back here and enjoying in the event the best that they can, and also just adding to the spectacle of our Le Mans 24 Hours, our 4th run in here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League. And it has been there's been some ups and downs from everyone in this raced here this weekend. And we've had some very interesting little battles in between.
So Lockie's slightly closing that gap. It's about 10 seconds every probably 5 minutes. Got a 3:21.7 in the Toyota there. That's not bad pace.
Yeah, he's going very good in that Toyota. He says that he can get it under the 20s, and I don't know if he actually has managed it in game in the race, but in practice I think he was.
Bring up the timings, and his best laps was 3:27.
Yeah, wow. So that's pretty fast in that Toyota.
In terms of penalties, though, we got Night Pegasus with a couple of seconds.
Run is a 3:17. I've seen in practice with Shads, who was in it last year with his teammate Uncrewed Squid, who actually took victory last year, which then awarded Shads the Triple Crown.
Sirius has done a 3:54.8.
Wow, there you go. Well, that's the fastest time, because he had a 3:54.976 was Riri Knight's time last session, session 3. So CMDR Sirius that was his mission, to go out there and break the lap record, which he's done. It's the fastest we've seen in ANZ Combined Racing League's race format.
We got Dado as well. He's gave it a solid go as well, because he's just done a 3:55.9, so they're still pushing hard. That gap's now back over to a minute. It's between Slide, Science and Dado.
Yeah, he's Dado's one with the car at the moment in these last remaining 13 minutes of the race. He'll be hard to separate himself out of this car after this race, taking victory. I think that the old fella, I think he'll have all his energy spent, and he might need help getting out, but I'm sure he'll enjoy the victor's drink. That's for sure. He's one that likes a drink every now and then.
Yeah, definitely. And because he's in an Aston Martin, I wouldn't be surprised if he asked for a martini, shaken not stirred.
Could be. In his finest china.
Got Night Pegasus and pit lane just coming out of pits as well.
Yeah, so that's who's that behind him? That's not Lockie, is it?
That is Aussie Carter's.
Aussie Carter. So this is going to be close because obviously Lockie shouldn't have to pit again. So the last 10 minutes, there goes Lockie now, I think it is.
28 seconds to gap.
Wow. This could get interesting. We've got just under 12 minutes remaining, and Lockie is on fire to try and nail back, claw back and grab that 3rd position that he was in earlier.
So the question is, has Night Pegasus taken a set of boots? I wouldn't say so, with 11 minutes to go, but...
Yeah, don't think so. Especially when you knew that he was going to be in danger in clutching there with Lockie.
Yeah, definitely.
So even though Sirius is pushing hard and breaking lap records on the way, his car is still straight. Like he hasn't done anything wrong. And you can just see the strength that this Corvette team had, this Capital team. So unlucky that they got disconnected, the same as the Ford GTL car of Weary Night in E3 Gaming. It would have been a super battle, I think. I think we would have, we've been robbed of a very exciting battle of the GTE class with the internet issues that we've had.
I do think we should do a lap on the Corvette and see what it can do, serious.
It absolutely sounds beautiful. Turn the volume up, guys, and just enjoy.
Let's hope we don't give him the commentating curse as well. The Sato's still on the 317s as well, so there's new tyres that just helps, and they're consistently just doing 317s and 319s.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were sort of saying with Darkies, that with his session, getting those new tyres when Doc Echo just went fuels in the first pit stops, and Darky got to be able to pull away with his fresher tyres. So it's only an extra 5 or 6 minutes stationary time, but you make that up in your, or 5 or 6 seconds I should say, and you make that up fairly quickly on a lap time.
The Cirrus catching up to Slide Science by the looks of it as well.
Yeah, to put Slide down a lap.
Cirrus had a 10-minute start.
Oh,
the
sorry,
time
10 minutes,
deficit,
yeah. Get a lap back on Slide.
So he could use the slipstream to his advantage here. He's trying to break records.
Yeah, true. Get a good run out of this corner up to the Mills Lane corner.
Just the noise difference between the two cars as well. It's right in the toe there.
Yeah, get a little toe up the top edges. Hopefully that Slide can brake really hard here and not hold him up and get a good run out of his corner. Get a nice run now.
Speed up, see the speeds that they're doing here. Corvette should easily get about 290 down the straight. Sounds like it does the effort as well.
Let's have a good look down here. He's trying to break records. It's going to be compromised into the curve here into Indianapolis, but he's done well. Pulled it up beautifully.
Uses the curve there to his advantage as well.
Yeah, we just want to stay on board here, and then we've had a lap in. We could actually experience a lap of the fastest or like a lap record here at Le Mans for ANZCRL. We've all witnessed it. On board we seen Cirrus, the number 26 Capital Chevrolet.
Jeez, he's smooth through the Porsche curves there. Shows the amount of confidence these boys have in this Corvette.
Oh yeah, mid fuel tank too, like fuel load, so should be just probably on song, probably the best grip levels you can have.
Will we see this team when we do the GTE Global Tour as well?
Well, yeah, that'll be an interesting thing. Our fall series that we've got coming up. Will we see the time be broken?
3:53.9. He's done a 3:53 in the Corvette.
3:9. So there you go. We're on board.
There we go.
There's the lap record. So
wow,
so,
what a lap that
Colonel
was.
Lloyd was not lying. There is a 53 in it, and also Jetto's, the teammate of Cirrus, was saying there's definitely a 53 in it, and we're on board, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that lap. We're just on board and witnessed the lap record of a GTE car around Le Mans.
That slipstream must have had a nice effect there.
Yeah, it's you picked that up. You're right on the money there. You picked that up early. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, we've got just over 5 minutes remaining. It's just gone past 6 minutes remaining. And Sado in a very comfortable position. He could almost afford another pit stop if he wanted to. 42-second lead over Aussie Carter's, who's obviously picked up a little bit of damage and nursing his car home. He's got a good 3-minute buffer over Knight Pegasus in third. He's actually a lap down, so very safe Aussie Carter's at the moment in that position. But the battle, look at it now, Matty. 19 seconds.
19 seconds
behind.
We had an extra 15 minutes. Oh, Lockie's had to come to pits here though. Fuel.
Oh no,
3.6 litres. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Just maybe he didn't get it filled up on that last pit stop that he had, because he should have had enough after he had that last pit stop for damage. So it's unfortunate. It's taken the sting out of the battle there.
Go through there's a Dado there. A minute 10 seconds, so that gap's just...
I might just want to have a look at the fuel, because obviously Dado, I don't think he's pitted, has he, Dado?
No, hasn't.
So he might be in.
There's someone's bonnet gone there too.
That could be another BMW bonnet.
He's got 6.8 litres here. May see him in this lap actually.
Yeah, he's got still 4 minutes remaining, so it's just going to be touch and go.
Yep, he's in.
He's going to have to do 2 more laps. Yeah, so he's in. Not going to risk it, doesn't want to run out of fuel. And there's a bonnet's just sitting right there on pit entry. Marshall's not doing their job in clearing the track. They're already onto the French Champagne.
Default trap's also in pit lane as well, probably to replace the bonnet.
Yeah, he's having a race that he'd rather forget, but also learning from his experience at the same time. So as long as he gets something out of it, that's the main thing. It doesn't look like a mark on that Aston Martin.
No.
And Slide Science has the fuel to go to the end. But just going to fall short, because Dado's out of the pits now.
Be interesting to see the gap. So yeah, there's a 30-second, 40-second gap there. So
yeah, all it takes is for Dado to have a bit of a moment coming out and have a bit of a spin, and that can eat up 20 seconds fairly quickly, trying to get yourself back organised again. So Dado's just got to get back into that rhythm after coming out of the pits. Got 2 more. He's got probably 2 more laps, this one and the next. Sado's on the 18th lap, so I'd say that will be the last lap for Sado, depending where he's on track. Yeah, so this will be the last lap for Sado.
The last lap.
And it could be actually the last lap of the GTEs if he catches Dado. There's a good possibility he will.
Yeah, Dado's just
Dado now coming down the Hills Lane straight. Ulsan, yeah. I will pronounce it right once in my life.
I think during the 6 hours coverage, I think we've had about 47 pronunciations of it.
Yeah. Well, I'll just start calling it the M straight. That'll do.
The back straight.
So Dado might even just hold this up a little bit, and on the safe bet of getting lap, it looks like he doesn't even have to hold it up. Sado's going to get him fairly easy. Yeah. So not long now. Just almost reaching 3 PM in game time, and the guys have been running over 6 hours now racing in our event. Over the 4 sessions, we had 2 1-hour sessions at times 2 time progression and 2 2-hour sessions at times 10. We're simulating the full 24 hours.
Yeah, come down to Ulsan. French Champagne will definitely be out there. Down to that little village.
Oh yeah, that's it. fire truck
There's
full
our
of
two
champagne
class
ready to
leaders
spray.
together.
Yeah, that would have been a good opportunity to get some good photos. I'm sure the photographers were down there at the middle zone corner and taking happy snaps to get the two class victors in the same shot.
Still going hard even on the last lap here. Oh,
a bit too hard.
got the Le Mans
could have
happening
ended
there
tears.
too, yeah.
So we got in the pits there. We've got Metal Drive hanging off the fence, just cheering on Dado. Can't wait to see him come through and take that checkered flag. And what will be an outstanding victory for the number 48 Besmont Racing team in the Aston Martin Vantage. The team has worked hard all lead up to the Le Mans 24 hours, as has Sato 15 and Dark Racing 40 in the number 8 Audi Sport Team Yoast Audi R18. Flashing
Lights ablaze there.
Everyone stand up and applaud these victors. They have done a tremendous job. Outstanding, been on a class of their own, led from start to finish. I don't think we've had an event like this before, from the green flag to the checkered. Congratulations to Sato 15 and Dark Racing 40 in the number 8 Audi Sport Team Yoast. Victors of the 2020 ANZCRL Le Mans 24 hours. And here comes the class winner of GTE, Dado Racer and Metal Drive 05, almost falling out of the pit fence area onto the track, taking out victory in the number 48 Besmont Racing Aston Martin Vantage. And credit to Aussie Carters, and both got Gecko. They have had a few teething issues in that number 7 A&M Racing Audi R18, but have come home in a solid second position and only 35 seconds behind the eventual race winners. Beautiful job, and I'm sure that they all enjoyed the experience. And he's the talk of the moment here. Slide Science coming home second, will it be? We've got Night Pegasus, the final podium place of the LMPH car in the Porsche. The two Porsches form finish. Third and second in class comes the 91 Apex Team Apex Eaters Porsche 911 RSR, and also that's going to be a dual podium for Sato 15, who's taken out outright victory in the Audi, and also second in class in the Porsche in the GTE. And here comes Lockie 55s, a race that could have been for this the number 6 Premier Motorsport team. They've come in fourth, the last of the LMPH cars. We've had our difficulties throughout the night session more than anything. The night wasn't too good and kind to the car, but there he goes, comes back and finishes. And default, I think he had his hand out there grabbing a beer from the crowd. I think the crowd's been giving him a lot of cheek there, saying you drive like a drunken old lady, and I think he's just sculled one down for the crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
Going to bring it home the best way he can. And it's the way that probably his race was in 2020, a little bit sideways.
Nice
Sato
burn out there from Sato.
Yeah, they told him, we don't need those tyres, we don't need the tyres, use them up.
Sending smoke signals to the Corvette there.
Yeah, he was just lapping up that smell and just thinking, that could have been me in the GTE class, but credit to him. Took out the fastest lap of the race with what we said was a 3:53. Unbelievable time by CMDR Series in that number 26 Capital Chevrolet Corvette C7R.
I think Dado's parked it up too. He's gone straight into the VB.
No, he's straight into the VB, yeah. Oh, I better, I just got to fix up something before I continue on. My modem's just had a little bit of a fault. We don't want to be disconnected right now. Oh.
Okay, that's it. LMPH class is currently up, so Sato 15 takes the victory. by the Aussie cars and got Gecko in the A&M Audi. Knight Pegasus comes home third in the Porsche. Solid effort doing the 6 hours by himself, and Rocky for in the Toyota brings it home in fourth. Yeah, have a look at the GTEs here. You like to
we'll
take it
just
away,
go through
Woody?
so we make sure. Yeah, I'll go through because the official results are a little bit different to what's on screen. So we're going to have basically Dado Racer and Metal Drive 05 taking victory in that 48 Besman Race and Aston Martin Vantage. In second position will be Slide Science, Timmy 82, Sado 15 in the number 91 Team Apex Eaters Porsche 911 RSR. Coming home in third will be Gear 3 Gaming, Weary Knight 8968 in the 69 Chip Ganassi Ford GTLM. And then fourth will be Captain Cranky and Speed to Bandit in the number 92 Porsche Racing team. And then we'll have the CMDR Cirrus 53 and Jetto 13 in the number 26 Capital Chevrolet Corvette. And rounding out the GTE class will be Me Wadey XO48 with Default Trap in the 73 Busy Team BMW M6 GTLM going cheap at auction Monday morning. So there you go. The 2020 round of 2020 24 Hours of Le Mans has been run and won by both Sado 15 and Dark Racing 40. I believe they're in here ready to let us know how everything went. Are they in chat?
Yeah,
ready for an interview?
Yep. Got it.
There we go. Congratulations, guys, for a sensational 2020 running of the Le Mans 24 Hours victory. Something that you've both been hanging out for. And congratulations, Dark and Sado. How do you feel?
Yeah. Got Darky was so close to turn the Triple Crown. Well, it'd feel a lot better if I had Indy next to my name, but we know how that went.
Next year, next year.
Yeah, well, that's a super effort.
Disappointed I didn't win by a whole minute.
Well, yeah, these things happen, but with fastest lap as well, down on your name too, Sado. A sensational driving. I think Dark Racing was so happy to have you in as a teammate, and you've both filled that top spot perfectly. And congratulations to both of you. And I've got nothing more to say than just it was outstanding to see you guys win from flag to flag. Sensational effort.
I reckon the best effort is me getting that Porsche into second place, and I wasn't even driving it.
Well, there you go. We haven't even mentioned that we've got a dual class podium getter. So you, as we found out in the chat, you'll be celebrating with Volkswagen tonight, both with the Team Audi and Porsche together. So you'll be in the combi van, celebrating hard.
Yeah, no, well done. So that was a ripper drive in those first and last session there, mate. Well done, mate. That was you set the stage for this whole race, and I just plodded it through the middle bit. But yeah, I'm so happy that. Well, thanks, Sato, for helping you get this win, the one I've wanted all year long.
Well, now you have to do Bathurst.
Yeah, now they've got those V8s, unfortunately.
All right, well, we'll wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for all the viewers watching, all our members at ANZCRL Combined Racing League for the fourth running of the Le Mans 24 Hours. Congratulations again to Sado 15 and Dark Racing 40. Thank you, Matty Seeking, for all your help over the weekend with the coverage. You've been a good asset to the coverage.
No worries. Glad to be here.
And beautiful. So we'll be all back ready for another round of our former Renault Gold Cup next Sunday. So until then, guys, have a good week. And please applaud both Sado and Dark Racing outright victors of the 2020 Le Mans 24 Hours. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, Woody.
Yeah.